Small talk.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Thursday's Small Talk. We got quite a panel here. We got one more coming along the way. But guys, how are y'all doing?
Hey, happy to be here. I'm excited. I got some fun new pickups that I actually managed to do a little bit of toy photography with, so I'm excited about that.
Nice, nice. Seamus, first time?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. I love the small scale stuff and happy to chat about it.
Yeah. And good old Deanie, how are you doing, man?
I'm okay. Uh, Keeping it chill today. Just hanging out with the boys, talking small scale figures.
Hell yeah. Well, we are going to jump right into it, and we are first gonna plug this awesome giveaway that we have for 3,000 subs coming up, guys. So, if you want to enter this, it is one entry, but there's three things you have to do for us. You got to join Collector Zone Cantina's Facebook group. You got to subscribe to Collecting Weekly, join Collecting Weekly Auxiliary on Facebook, and if you're wanting a bonus entry, please subscribe to 16fix, which is Marco's channel, and then subscribe to the Ben Thomas Show. And we will also be giving out a bonus entry here on Small Talk today. I am going to post the link for the form that's going to tell you, kind of keep you on track with everything that you need to do. So if you want to enter for this awesome Carnage Hot Toys figure, that is the place to go. And we'll start off with the things that we got new this week. So the X-Wing that I got is not new, but the Battle Damage TIE Fighter is. I've been looking for this place everywhere, and or this guy everywhere, and I have not had a chance to find it yet. And then we went out of town to my wife's family, and over there in Bridge City, which is a small town about 15 miles away from the Louisiana border, and I found plenty of this guy. So I picked up one, and then I got my Black Ranger in my what is it? Not Dino, yeah, Dino Thunder Black Ranger, which is the last figure that we need of JDF. So get to finish out that line of his. And then the only other thing I got in new is I also found Darth Vader's TIE Fighter.
Nice.
So
The X1 Advanced.
Yep. And the only thing that I don't like about it is you have to take off his cape to get him in there. So I have the cape sitting over here on the desk. But,
yeah, that's been a problem since '95, man. I don't know what to tell you.
And and then Chris, tell us about what you got.
All right, so yeah, this is probably one of the death throw waves of the world of Halo 3 3/4 figures. You know, they stopped packing in the stand. They all used to come with stands, and now they're not doing that anymore. The packaging got cheapened. Like, you can just tell it's a more basic packaging. And you know, they've really slowed down. There hasn't been a vehicle in like a year and a half since the Mantis, so I don't know if this line has much life left to it, but I'm enjoying the last few that we get, and this is the Chief from Halo 5, and I think they've done all of them in the 3 3/4 size except the Combat Evolved Chief, which it would be a real shame if they close the line down and don't get to that. So I had a little bit of time to pose him up on the back of the Warthog there, and that's what you're seeing beside there. And yeah, you know, if it's a cool line. I hope it survives. And then the other pickup I got, yeah, I was holding off on this for a long time. It's probably the silliest plastic-free packaging, like monument to dystopian society that Hasbro put out. and you know, but I love the Andor show so much, and this is the only way to get the B2 droid. So I bit the bullet on that. It was $10 off at GameStop, so I'm pretty happy with it. B2 is a little weird though. Like I would have expected at least to have wheels on the bottom. Like 3 3/4 R2s have wheels on the bottoms most of the time. He doesn't have wheels. I was a little bit let down by
What
that.
the why?
Yeah,
He
that's a
literally
weird design.
rolls.
Yeah, no real wheels on the Black Series B2 that most people probably haven't seen because they put them in like a $60 box with Andor that you can buy individually. So it's a nice little piece, but no wheels.
I love
Does
that
he
droid.
collapse at all, or is he just stuck like that?
He can sort of like bend, like the segments do sort of like bend forward or back, and then the 4 wheel pieces can sort of slide forward, like in and out, all 4 of them. It's pretty limited, but I honestly expected less. But no wheels. I expected the wheels, but less articulation. I got a tiny bit more articulation and no wheels.
All right, Dean, you got a lot here, man. What's going on?
Yeah, so I got really into My Hero Academia, and the import figures are kind of limited. They always stick to the same kind of like main group of characters, and they're not very cheap. But the McFarlane line is pretty deep, and I think like average I paid like less than $10 a figure because they're like kind of old at this point. Some of these I paid like $5 for. So I do have one more I'm getting tomorrow, but yeah, I picked up pretty much every McFarlane figure I could get my hands on that's cheap. I still need an All Might, and there's a couple other figures I don't have. But I got 2 Dekus. Pretty much any figure that McFarlane made I picked up, so
Nice.
very cool. And then I picked up a Fortnite figure, Jules. She's like a mechanic, tatted up babe, and it's like my favorite character in the game. I have one of her skins. I don't have this skin, but it's very cool. I didn't even know they made this figure, and I was like, it like popped up on my Mercari. I was like, what the fuck? They make this figure? So I found it and bought it. And then I picked up 2 figures from Executive Replicas / Loose Collectors. I don't really know who makes this, but Red Sonja or Sonja, depending on who you ask, and Vampirella. Very cool. Very expensive for what you get, but they're very nice figures. They're like not loose, very nice material, nice to handle, but I don't know if they're. Oh, what's up, Casual?
What's up, Dean?
I don't know
What's
if
up,
they're
Chris? What's up, Sean?
they're worth the $65 price point, but I've spent more on worse figures. So these are just 2 characters I wanted in my collection, and now that they're here, I'm pretty happy with them. So
The stand is from a different figure, right?
yeah, the stand is from
Yeah, I thought
my
so.
6
Couldn't
scale
remember.
Kenshin figure, but I thought she would look cool.
Suits you.
But yeah.
All right, Badfish, talk to us about your little setup here.
Yeah, so I'm on the MySpace, as you can see. This is pretty much the only shelves that I actually have any collectibles on, and it's been that way for a while. Basically, when we moved houses, I was trying to get in the process of selling stuff, and then we got told we had to move, so I packed it up instead of selling it. So I'm finally getting to selling stuff, starting with Funkos. I had a bunch of Black Series, but they weren't ready to go. So but other than that, it was our first like toy show. So my wife's stuff, she had some like video game exclusives, and some she started she's making like custom bookmarks and coasters. I should get some pictures of those for you as well, some close-ups of those, because she does some really cool stuff. But yeah, I was able to get rid of a few pops because they've just been sitting in a box. I used to display them all, but it's kind of one of those things where if they sit in a box for this long and you don't miss them, you should probably just sell them. So I'm trying to do the purge to actually keep what I want to keep, because we used to just buy whatever had Star Wars on it. So yeah, this is our
Nice.
first
You it's always good to see somebody clearing out the pop collection. That's great. I love to see it. It's great.
Yeah. Bro, do
go.
I
It's
see
still
a,
popular.
Chris stabbing a little bit of stabbing right there, Chris.
do I see a tag down here that says Dark Souls on it?
You might be wrong.
Right
Where are
under
you
the
seeing that?
right under the battlefield stuff.
Oh, I think
I see the word dark.
it might. It's something else video game related. I can find it, but I don't think it's Dark. Maybe it is Dark Souls. My
Let me
wife
know.
used to
If
work
you have
at
anything
GameStop.
Dark Souls related, you let me know.
I will find out. I'll check the box. But yeah, she worked at GameStop. Used to get like exclusive stuff and stuff like that. That I've kept some of it, but yeah, some of it she just didn't want to keep. Yeah.
So was that like a local meetup that you guys had?
Yeah, sorry, it's a local toy show, so I should have made that clear. Basically, a bunch of vendors. You can actually see the Boba Fett Nerf gun just to the side of me, at the other vendor's table there. And then beside us was a bunch of Magic cards, and there was lots to see. I mean, I was tempted by a few things, but I ended up getting like a little keychain thing. That was it.
Nice.
Trying not to spend money.
Trying not to. I know how that is. Steve, did you get anything new 1/12 size or anything cool?
Oh yeah, I went to a Comic-Con recently. It's called Fan Expo Philadelphia. Well, I got this from my brother. This is, I don't know if it's 1/12, but it's Courage the Cowardly Dog. And the guy one of the designers, he signed it.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah. I know
Oh,
it's
is that a
Pop,
little
Chris.
drawing
I'm
he did?
sorry.
Yeah, did they draw that, or is that on the box?
It's all like he signed it. He was there. It's authenticated.
But the,
and everything.
The little picture on the side, is that how the pop came?
Yeah,
Of
it's
Courage
definitely.
Oh.
and
That is
Yep.
cool.
I've never seen like window art, if that makes sense.
That really elevates it.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
that's really cool.
I got that, and I want to show you guys something really, really quick because I got it from the same guy, and he did this for me. I have like an autograph book that I asked him to sign, and I got this. Stay
That's
Courage.
Nice.
Nice.
I know.
Is that going
That's
to be like
so
a?
cute.
Is that just like an art book you're going to start making, or is?
Yeah,
you're
so
pretty
all the
far through it.
all the Comic Cons I go to, I get like the artists that I buy art prints from to draw me something, or just put their autograph in there. But supposedly there's this rule between artists that they're supposed to do all this stuff for free because they used to be collectors or people that appreciated art, and yeah, it's just a book like I've been collecting with a bunch of. It's basically like a yearbook.
Bro,
This
I
was
gotta-
crazy.
I gotta
That's
sign
cool.
it.
You got what? Oh yeah, you do.
This is one
I'll
of the
draw you something
coolest type
cool.
of collectibles to me. You can go through that and just have memories of all these events you went to. It's awesome. That's so cool.
It triggers memories. Yeah. As soon as I saw that, did you guys see that Samurai Vader or the Trooper? This one. So it's a really well-known artist. He's Japanese, but when he was doing this in front of me, I was like, oh man, he's gonna charge me like $1,000 for this thing. Stop. But it was really, really nice. He was like, no, just take it. So
That's
He
awesome.
didn't want to be kicked out of the community. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Well, let's check in with the chat. So we got Toy Mafia here, Punishers here, Absolute Irwin says small scale love. Let's go. More Toy Mafia, Archangel, good old Money Mendez. You're a Dark Soldine.
Wow.
How dare you?
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys dropping in with us and spreading the 1/12 love. So let's get right to it. The first thing we got is Mezco, and they're gonna have their Collectors Con coming up here pretty soon, June 14th. So they're planning on dropping a whole bunch of exclusives and stuff like that. So it'll be cool to see what they come out with, and we'll get more information as they start dropping it. But what they did put up for pre-order is the 1/12 Collective GI Joe Firefly for $112, due out December through February-ish of 2024. So December of this year, February next year. Like always, they just packed
Wow.
this guy in. He looks so cool. I'm not a big GI Joe fan, but just to kind of have like a a military assassin looking
That's
guy.
what I was gonna say. You can
this is
fetch him
just
in anywhere.
anything. I mean,
I
look
mean,
at this.
that goes for most of the Joe stuff except for like the super Cobra dudes. But yeah, that looks way bigger than it actually
Bombs,
is.
the drones.
That's crazy. I don't. Do you know how big this line is? Like, I'm already like, I can feel myself forgetting about the Hasbro Joes.
They what's it? Storm Shadow he's
Right,
the
so they're pretty
counterpart.
slow.
So yeah, Storm Shadow is the one that I remember most recently, and they kind of teased Snake Eyes in between his sword, his katana, and but nothing's been said about Snake Eyes yet, I don't believe. But this guy just looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted like a generic like Spider-Man villain or like
So do you,
Hydra soldier or something for your Captain America, like
did it show those drone pieces clipping on his back or something? Like that looks
Yeah.
awesome.
Look at that.
That's how it's done, man. Look at that. That looks legit. That's not like what you guys were looking at some Batman statue with like a fugly pole behind it the other day. Man, that's not, that looks great. That looks plausible.
yeah, I mean, except that drones are
They don't
battery
output
powered.
smoke like that.
yeah, exactly. But other than that nitpick,
It's
very
a
cool.
smoke screen. It's just starting up. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, smart. Yeah, no, this is cool. And you get a little ground drone. You get the controller, sticks of dynamite, like 3 different knives. Why? Because you can. Like that's fucking cool.
Sold.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
this is sweet. How much is it?
$112.
That's not the worst price. Considering
not
you get
bad.
like actual clothing.
Oh wow, it's mixed media, or is it like all?
Yeah, it's mixed media.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the jacket here looks plastic, but his suit's all.
Yeah, if you go back or like some of those close-ups, like you can tell there.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, Mezco is so tempting.
Do
I
it.
used to really hate Mezco, but they're growing on me.
The bodysuits are so cool. It's like this, or Mezco Spider-Man were the first things that tempted me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then moving on, we don't have Mofex this time, but we do have plenty of McFarlane.
Say the magic words, dude.
So McFarlane is re-upping their contracts with Warner Brothers Discovery Global Consumer Products. They announced an extension to their contract. This will include McFarlane's DC Multiverse, Page Punchers, Superpowers, 66 Retro, and their DC Direct statues. They said since 2019, McFarlane has partnered with Warner Brothers Discovery Global Consumer Products to bring iconic and fan favorite characters to life, from the DC Multiverse collection to their most recent movie Maniacs. So, guys, what do you think about this? I mean, I feel like it's just kind of a just one little step that they have to do just to. I don't see McFarlane going anywhere else. You know, I don't see WB going to anyone else. What do you guys think?
They got a good thing going, man. If you would have told me like 5-6 years ago that McFarlane would be doing all the DC figures and they'd be trying to compete with Legends and like not doing the worst job on earth, like it's just a weird world we live in, man. And I think they've set up a lot of infrastructure, so I'm not surprised it's going to continue for a while.
Yeah, not only that, but maintaining that $20 price point with a larger scale figure.
Yes.
Giving people characters, because we see a lot of tons of Batmans, and then reusing those Batmans for like the Jokerized ones, but those are really to like fund other stuff and those like unique characters that maybe you haven't seen before. Yeah, I mean they're pumping figures out like every other week. We see a new line of figures, like a new wave. It's like, bro, they
At the very least, you get a reveal.
Yeah, Yeah, it's insane. McFarlane's just been kicking ass year after year lately, so I does not surprise me that they re-upped it because I think it was Mattel that was making the figures before, and they were just awful, just the worst figures. I remember like when like the BBS movie was coming out, and then the Justice League, people were always after those figures, and I was like, yeah, let me give a couple of these a shot. Fucking terrible, just such bad figures. So
Yeah, I think they were for actual children, and we don't need that.
yeah, we don't need that. This,
Forget those guys.
The quality, and you know the articulation isn't the best, but considering McFarlane never did articulation, it's still surprising to see it. The quality of the sculpts, maybe the face isn't super great all the time, but like the textured suits, the size, because they're not 6-inch scale. You're just getting really quality product for $20, and it's cool
Yeah.
to see.
And how about when they put out a Batmobile for like $60 or $50? That would be a Haslab from Hasbro. Yeah, wild.
Yeah.
These things are everywhere. They're like Funko Pops. There's walls of them. Hasbro, it almost makes me angry in a way as well. How does Hasbro not learn from this distribution? These things they're everywhere. I just wish Hasbro would learn something from that. Their distribution is amazing. They make it's annoying they make Batman after Batman, but they're also hitting all these other types of characters, and yeah, like the price points. It's how can you beat these guys right now?
He
I
just
think
needs
it's
to
the
make more
injection.
females.
Yeah, that's true. The injection though, to the toy industry, like this, I think McFarlane is a good thing for the toy industry overall.
Yeah, I think like a lot of y'all have already said, the $20 price point, the bigger scales. I mean, you'll see here once we get to Hasbro. I'm a little frustrated with the new Legends line that's coming out, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But yeah, I mean, if you can get a figure for $20, larger scale, and sometimes a decent amount of accessories. I mean, and if not, he has his accessory packs. Then I mean,
Yeah.
I think there are definitely some notes that need to be taken.
Yeah, because that's not a Todd thing. That's an actual WB thing about
Yep.
including guns and stuff. And it's like, okay, well, I'll just make accessory packs for like, what, $10? Eddie brings up a good point.
Yep.
WB cartoons. There's tons of lines that he hasn't hit yet. So I mean, he's made the Batman animated series figures before, but it's like, dude, he could do Teen Titans. He could do the Harley Quinn show,
I think
which
he
I think
wants
he
like
should.
Yeah.
he wants like some non DC cartoons from WB.
Animaniacs, Tiny Toons.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think
I
about
mean,
those WB cartoons.
I think he would do a good job at undercutting Super 7 and putting out some Animaniacs that are way better priced. Although
honestly,
Super 7 has a bunch of stuff with it.
because I have my hero line, which is an anime. That now I have his Demon Slayer line also, and it's like if I want those figures, and these are the largest scale you can get in that line. Most of them
Jackie
are
Chan.
1/12, so much
Deep
smaller, at like 3 or 4 times the price as McFarlane. Granted, you know, I'll give credit where it's not due. His sculpts aren't necessarily the best, right? If you compare a Figma Deku to a McFarlane Deku, the Figma's gonna look a much better. But for $20 and you want them on the shelf, like, it's a no-brainer. So yeah, McFarlane could go deep down that line of all those animated. Bugs Bunny? Who's WB? I mean, just watch the fucking what's that basketball movie?
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
Space Jam. Any of those characters now,
Yep.
he could pick and choose from. So that's crazy.
And moving on, McFarlane's stacking the roster again. He has what the fuck? He has a license now with Blizzard Entertainment. This is gonna include Diablo, World of Warcraft, and more incoming lines out of Los Angeles on June 7th. They said McFarlane Toys has announced that they have signed a license agreement with Blizzard Entertainment to develop a range of collectible figures across the Diablo, World of Warcraft, and upcoming World Arc Light Rumble universes.
Yeah.
And then the initial product launch is this fall. So by the end of the year, we're going to be seeing some good gaming figures out of McFarlane.
Yeah, you got Diablo, StarCraft, Overwatch.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed they didn't name StarCraft because that's like what I'd primarily be interested in. Because like it's a really good game because it came out like 10 years ago, StarCraft 2. So yeah.
Unfortunately, I love StarCraft 2 as well, but apparently there's nothing going on with it. I was gonna say at least Blizzard released a decent game for the first time in like a decade recently, but.
Wow.
No, but this makes me remember you having used to like Blizzard, so I hope eventually they get around to a StarCraft wave.
Yeah, I mean that's really cool to hear.
Steve, you have any attachment to any of these lines, whether it be the games or the shows or anything like that?
Oh yeah. So, but first thing, are we with the Ox PD Badfish right now? Are we speaking to royalty right here? Are we speaking to a celebrity status with Dean the Dream from Ox PD? Is that Badfish? Is it the Badfish?
This is the guy.
Man. What's up?
Is the guy.
There better not be two.
I know. I was thinking about it because I see Badfish 5447 link, and I was like, that better not be that other Badfish.
Defund the police.
Yeah.
Defund the police.
Oh, you actually have an impersonator in the chat sometimes? That's crazy.
I don't know, maybe. No, that's I'm the only Badfish I know, but yeah.
But I was gonna ask you guys, in the statue world, like we're going through this thing where everything is becoming overwhelming. There's too many companies out there. There's too many things being put out. It's like draining our wallets. This isn't like doing the same thing to you guys, where like it sounds like McFarlane is doing a little bit of everything, but at a cheaper, price.
Yeah.
Is that
$20 a pop, dude? Get a Lich King, a Sylvanas? Like, are you kidding me?
Dean's like, screw you, Steve. Come back to our world.
I mean, you're not wrong, but in a world where fucking Marvel Legends are now $30,
Yep.
Okay.
35. What are the like the I don't know what
the deluxe
DX version. Yeah, the deluxe versions are
those things are pushing
$40.
Even just exclusives are more,
Yep.
are like
Well, and then when you get like a
nothing
2-pack and they're pushing it out for like 80,
Yeah, because Hasbro made the Overwatch figures. I have Farah on my desk because she's cool. Bro, if McFarlane's gonna make Overwatch figures, I'm all in.
Yeah, hearing Blizzard and figures is a little scary in a way because I could definitely see that being a deep hole. But I think I've learned my lessons from what I was saying earlier with buying just everything. So I would definitely cherry pick like a couple of key characters, sort of thing.
There's less iconic characters than DC, so you won't get destroyed.
Exactly. There will be like I'll pick up like a barbarian from Diablo or something, and then a couple of creatures, and that would be enough for me.
Yeah, even like World of Warcraft, like I said, Sylvanas, the Lich King. What's the orc's name? God, he's so cool. He's in the movie.
Yeah, that's gonna
God,
be.
Like I said, less iconic.
WoW has some other cool stuff. Yeah, that would be tempted by too. It's I played it a little bit as well, but
I forgot his name. But anyway, yeah, and this opens up the door, and he's already had the license for BioWare, but he made Mass Effect figures for like the worst Mass Effects. So it's like, bro, go back and start making the good shit. If you're gonna be knocking out video game characters, bro.
Is it Thrall?
No, he's got like an actual like orky name.
Shrek.
I want to hear a quirky name.
Let's see. Hold on. Gul'dan? I think it's Gul'dan.
StarCraft, yeah, would be my. I would get like a.
Oh,
a
Duratan.
stuff like
Duratan, I'm thinking of.
And then moving on, we have the DC Multiverse Dark Knight Joker Bank Robber Gold Label. This is just the reveal, but man, this figure looks really nice. I really like this figure. Looks like you're going to get 2 head sculpts, and we will be getting more information on this guy a little bit later. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah,
Spend some time.
These popped up randomly. I feel like at a store, and people were like posting the picture of like this and a Bane with like a cloth goods jacket. It's like, what? What? I didn't even know these things existed, and people are finding them. It's crazy.
I can't believe this movie is like 10 years old and it's still coming out with stuff. Or 10 plus years old.
It didn't get good 12 scale the first time around. That's why.
Yeah, people seem to really like their Dark Knight figures in this line. So I know that there's like a few kind of gripes about like the Batman sculpt is like real thin, but Bale's also not like the bulkiest Batman that ever was. So yeah, it's cool.
And then we got the Batman Night Falls DC Multiverse Batman action figure. This one's going to be $24.99. Pre-orders are sold out on BBTS. Wow. It is due out August of this year. I think it looks cool. I mean, I think this looks like a really good classic Batman. You kind of see him there on the card. It's just I feel like it's a little Batman overload. I don't know why. We get so many of them. We see so many of them. And I know Batman's a lot like Tony Stark with the different suits that he comes out with, but I think Tony Stark had more of a reason to build all the suits as opposed to this just being generational Batmans coming out and I don't know, side suits that he would use. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's a little much sometimes, but I mean, there's somebody out there that's like, this is my Batman. Every Batman that comes out, somebody is like, this is how I
been waiting for it for a while.
Exactly. Yeah. I think the only thing I would say to make McFarlane literally like better than the rest is start giving these motherfuckers cloth capes. The rubber capes are just not great sometimes.
Some of them get pretty back heavy too, right?
It's gonna be my question: is this a claw? I thought it was rubber, but
I mean, it looks pretty nice in that sort of very generic pose. But once you start doing like anything else, it's gonna look like, why is the cape not affected by his highly dynamic action?
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
I feel like the biggest reason like there's so much Batman out there is this funds probably 90% of the rest of the line. You know, like we got to come out with a Batman to like make this other line, so let's come out with a blue version, you know, or variant or whatever. So
yeah, this has to be a straight repaint, right? Like it's so generic. Like they must have.
I feel like we've seen this, but
it has to be. I like the sort of cyan blue, like it's cool, but yeah, there's nothing distinct about this costume. You know, it's like sort of the '89 era logo, and not a whole lot of distinct detail anywhere.
I actually prefer that in a Batman, because then you get into like the Arkham series Batmans with like
too
all
much
this
gear.
like, oh yeah, tech armor and little doodads on his suit, and it's like, just give me Batman in a fucking jumper and a cape, bro.
Let him kick
Yeah,
some ass.
bro.
Batman and a bulge. That's all I need.
Steve, I will kick you from the stream, bro.
I'm just here just to have fun.
Real quick, going back to Joker though, sculpts. Talking about the sculpts, that's actually pretty good on the Joker. I was gonna mention. We were talking about sculpts for. I don't know if the gold.
Oh, on
labels
his
are better.
face?
Yeah, I don't know if they're like technically better or whatever, but I was gonna mention that earlier. Sorry.
Moving on, we have the Batman Reborn DC Multiverse Two-Face as Batman action figure. This is also $24.99, due out in August.
My eyes.
It's yeah, easy pass for me. I mean, I don't collect the McFarlane stuff anyway, really. I mean, I only have like the Avatar, some of the Avatar stuff, but yeah, this is just not something I need.
It's like Venomizing things. It's like, could you guys just not? I don't know. I'm sure it's from a mildly interesting sort of like hypothetical comic situation, but
Yeah, I saw people excited for this online. I mean, there's again, someone out there has been like, yes, so it's definitely for someone.
Never heard of this, but yeah, it makes me think Harley Quinn Batman though instead of Two-Face. But
That's what I thought too.
yeah, but I see it obviously in the under the mask, but
I don't see any other character you could do this with. Like make them two different colors, and then people say the same thing. Like I'm gonna buy this. This is the one.
And it'd be a lot of work for him to manufacture that alternating color pattern after half the suit fused to his skin. Like that's, you just got to give him the hats off, or the tailor. Yeah.
The next one we got is the new 52 DC Multiverse Batwing action figure, also $24, due out in August. I think this looks cool. He has that one coming out that we talked about. What was it, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, with the full armored Superman. And I'm kind of bought in with this armor look that he does.
Yeah, it's kind of reminds me of like a Batman Beyondish kind of. I don't know who this character is, but it's cool.
I mean, I feel like it could use a little more paint variation on the body for all the detail that there is going on there, but maybe that's how it looks in the book.
jeez,
Well, shit, it looks like on
to
this
the picture on the
this
right.
picture the armor's
Just black. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Finally,
weird.
something that's not a Batman though.
Well, it kind of is.
I mean,
I
isn't
know.
it?
I actually kind of like this though. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of cool looking.
And then we have the Spawn Universe Spawn Shadow of Spawn BBTS exclusive limited black and white accent edition. This is $34.99. It's also sold out on BBTS, due out in a month in July. I mean, Spawn was always his thing. That was his baby. That was his creation.
Bro.
So, I mean, he's going to go all out with all these Spawn stuff.
Spawn is so cool, man. Keith David, fucking genius, bro. Yeah, we've seen the Spawn a million times, right? It's just the Mortal Kombat Spawn. Honestly, pretty fucking cool. I don't like all black with this like Monster Energy green going. Like, it's cool. I don't feel the need for it. I already have like my ideal Spawns in my collection, but it's cool as shit. I could see why somebody would want it.
Yeah, I mean, I echo those sentiments, but even the plain Mortal Kombat color one appeals to me a little more than this. It's just screaming repaint at me loudly,
I mean, because it is.
Yeah, it's just yelling at it. It makes me, you feel like a sucker a little bit when you buy such a repaint. I don't know. It's just not iconic.
When you guys say it sells out, like, is there like an edition size to these guys, or is it just people like distributors buy them, or like comic book stores or stores buy them out, or how does that work?
Typically, he does the edition sizes with like the McFarlane store exclusives. Not all of them, but there's a good amount of them where he has an edition size. Like this next figure, not box too. Look at that box. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
that looks nice.
Tasteful.
Yeah, it's a very cool box. Yeah.
So this is a Big Bag Toy Store exclusive, the DC Multiverse Superman Black and White Accent Gold Label BBTS exclusive. Pre-orders will start on June 12th on this one, and it's limited to 3,000 pieces. And when you order, it's one per person. And
I
this
set
was
you up
just
for
a
that
review.
segue.
And then the last two things that we have are two Blue Beetle reveals. So I think this guy looks awesome.
Wow.
Pour one out for nobody being interested in black and white Superman. Yeah, but this thing looks pretty cool. Man, look at that.
I was going to ask, have we seen BBTS exclusive figures before? Not from McFarlane, but from anybody.
Well, I mean, they have their own line now. I forget what it's called, but they have their own line going. And
Do they?
I feel like there was another there was someone else who had a BBTS exclusive. I don't remember who it is. It might be McFarlane.
It's kind of crazy just because like BBTS is just like, I don't know. To me, they've just always been like a place to buy figures, but now they're actually like worthy to have their own exclusives from a big line like Todd McFarlane.
It's almost like retail figures are dying. It's almost like they've finally taken their place at the table, you know?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Anybody have any clue who the red suit guy is? I'm sure it's his villain, but
I don't know anything
names.
about Blue Beetle. I if you had asked me like before that trailer came out what Blue Beetle is, I'd be like, what are you talking about?
Equan said Storm. It's Storm who has the BBTS exclusive.
Oh, okay, cool.
This reminds me of what Pacific Rim. It's cool looking though.
It looks like it, but it'd be like a guy, like right, like
With a suit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, and then jumping into H.Figuarts, we got the H.Figuarts Spider-Man 2099 figure. In Japan, this figure is a premium Bandai web exclusive. Pre-orders opened on May 26th in Japan. It goes for about 13,200 yen or about $94 USD, and it's due out in November. I love 2099. I just don't like this head sculpt, but I think
why
this
does he
guy
look
looks
so
awesome.
confused?
Because
Yeah,
it's
that's like
Oscar
the-
Isaac.
Someone just
That's the
punched him.
wrong. Yeah, I think it's just the wrong expression, but I really like this figure. It would if I bought this, it would stop me from getting the Mezco version.
It's cool. I don't like the proportions. He seems almost too small.
Well, it's mimicking the animation style, which the bottom of the leg and the feet get real tiny. But
Well, that's what I
you
mean. I don't think
yeah.
the shoulders are broad enough.
Yeah, but I mean, you'll probably display it with like one of those like flight stands, right? Like a lot of you guys like doing that, but
Yeah.
so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, it looks like once you start getting the cape and the gauntlets on there, it'd be hard to stand without some assistance.
Yeah, I think the Gwen and the Miles are going to be contenders for figure of the year. Those are so good. All the reviews I've seen, cannot wait to get those in my collection. I don't know if I would get this. I think I might just be happy with the Legends version with those two because he's going to be larger, right? Because Legends isn't really technically 1/12 scale.
So
Like
does that
Figuarts
Legends
is.
one have any trouble standing up with how skinny the legs are?
It can. You just have to futz it really well, and
But you're probably not posing this guy. Most people wouldn't pose him just standing up, I guess, right?
up and down. Yeah. For as much as I like didn't love this character because he was kind of a dick, I'm not gonna spend the P Bandai price, right? It's like I could get the Legends for $25. Like,
Does the
Or
Legends have,
or go Mezco if you want a more premium version and a comic version.
what were you gonna ask, Badfish?
Does the Legends have all that sculpting detail? Like if you go back a pic or
It's really faint. It's not
see the
as
sculpting on this
pronounced. Yeah, it's very shallow, which kind of
right there, yeah.
makes me wonder why the Hot Toys one looks so bad. Like, if you're gonna give us this figure, why doesn't it look like this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's two different. It's two different styles, though, right? Are you talking about the? You're talking about the new one, right? Not the old.
Yeah, the new
new
this
one.
figure in Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Theirs is very kind of plain looking, so it's like, why didn't you give us all this added detail? If you're gonna make us buy an articulated figure,
What's up, Loco?
I think it looks good. I just wouldn't pay for it.
I really like this one. This one like screams out the animated movie to me. Like if you go back to that portrait of that Rocky, I think Money Mendez called it the Rocky face. If he had a different if he had a different expression on his face, but the same like paint application they put on this one, it would be awesome. But I love the animated look on his face. I love everything else on this one. Just
Yeah,
not
like-
too.
Like make
just
him
not-
look like he's something important going on, you know? Like he's just confused.
He's like, I'm being made.
Yeah, like I don't think he made this face at all in the movie. He was pissed off the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I would have preferred the vampire face. Like if you're gonna give me a face, like why this
He
one?
looks so confused. Yeah.
It's weird.
It's really weird. Yeah.
Everyone listen to Loco and hit that like button for us. We'd appreciate it.
Don't you know I'm loco?
The next thing we got is the H.Figuarts Indiana Jones. It was a reveal as of a couple days ago. It is now official. It's based on his appearance from Raiders and Lost Ark. It goes for about 9,350 yen or USD $67. Due out this October. I think this looks awesome.
Is
Not
this
a
two
huge.
separate figures or one?
No, it's one figure. The jacket can come off.
Oh, swap out parts. Nice.
I mean, I've had the quote the sort of Black Series one for like a few weeks, and I already forgot I own it, and this looks a lot better.
Wow.
This looks pretty great, man. Like the Black Series one is they're doing the really glossy faces lately. This doesn't have that problem where you have to like paint and treat your own figures so they look half decent. This looks really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks awesome.
People love their indies, so this is cool to see.
Where do you get? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, what do you guys think of the jacket? That jacket looks pretty badass, like his leather jacket.
Yeah, I'm shocked that you could
You know-
take it off.
So it's probably swap out arms.
Swap out arms
Yeah.
Probably.
or a whole upper torso. I don't know how they're gonna do it. That's crazy.
I think the shirt was the same, so I bet it's arms, but it looks pretty good. Because
Yeah,
like, if you go to the side by side, like the arms don't look like too small when you see the shirt version. You know what I mean? Like you'd think that because they didn't have the added bulk of the jacket, it would look a little weird there, but it looks great.
This says swap out arms for displaying with and without the jacket.
There you go.
I only saw these movies like last year.
Nice.
But they are, yeah, I will say I've always wanted to. I just never got around to it for some reason. And my parents never introduced me when I was younger when they came out. But basically,
That's so great. I always wonder if
awesome,
I
yeah.
would like it. Yeah, if I would like it if I
thought
saw
it
it
was
now.
awesome, yeah. And all these figures, like the Hasbro ones, are really tempting as well. But these are even better. I've almost got what was that 6 scale one that Present Toys I think did. But this is almost kind of that sweet spot that's kind of
Yeah.
might want to get into.
All right, and then the next thing we have is the H.Figuarts Android 20 for $70. Pre-orders opened up on June 2nd, and it's due out next February. I always liked this character in the show. I mean, this is right about when I jumped into watching Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So, I think he looks cool.
Yeah, I think they nailed it. Android 20 or Dr. Giro is like, especially with the new movie that came out, is I mean, he's not like in it, but he's in it. And so you can have him on that shelf, your regular Dragon Ball Z shelf. He's just kind of like an iconic character at this point. They already came out with Android 19, or he's coming out soon. So having both on the shelf, I think it's cool. How much is he? Does it say?
70.
It's not bad. I think a little more than I would be comfortable with, but it's not 130 like some of their other fucking figures. So, I think
So
it's cool.
why do you think it's a little bit different in price compared to the others?
I honestly could not tell you. I have no idea. The rhyme and reason to it makes 0 sense. Because you also have, I don't know if you've included it on here. I could send it to you really quick if you want. But from the movie, the Pan figure, which is like a fucking literal 3-year-old child, and she's like $90, and it's like, what? Like, I cannot tell you why their pricing is the way it is. It's bizarre.
it's probably like the only mold shaped in that, that mold, I guess. That the only use for that one.
But that's this character. That's every character, pretty much, other than Goku and Vegeta. Like, everybody's unique. So it's like, what the hell? It's bizarre.
And then the next Dragon Ball Z SH Figuarts we got is the Super Saiyan Goku Legendary Super Saiyan. This is $67.99, due out January next year. Dean, you said you love this figure. Or is love a big word?
I definitely love it, but also, like, it's kind of shitty for most collectors. A few weeks ago, we were on here talking about the, what do they call that? The World Tour exclusive.
Oh, the Tamashii Nation.
Yeah, they reissued the Awakening Goku, because that figure was getting expensive, like $150 for, like, again, like a $40-$50 figure. So people rushed to get that one, and then literally a week later, you announced this version, which is essentially the same figure. Obviously, the pant sculpt is different, and it doesn't have the T-shirt, but it's that Goku. So it's like, okay, you made people buy this other figure, and then you're just gonna come out with a better one with better articulation, more hair sculpts. Because I think it comes with Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 hair, and like a power-up hair sculpt. So I guess it's more of like a generic, like, insert Goku in any scenario Goku, like a fighting Goku. Which, sign me up, right? I'll buy any Goku you come out with. Like, this is definitely going to be in my collection. But it's just kind of like a slap in the face to the people that went out and, like, felt like they had to buy the World Tour Awakening Goku, because it was literally the next week. I was like, what the fuck is this? But it looks fantastic. It does.
So what articulation is better?
The butterfly is, like, significantly better. I believe they updated their hips so they could, like, get more flexible. So yeah, those two things alone are better. Also, you don't have the shirt getting in the way on his, like, ab crunch. I believe the other Goku had more stuff around his knees, so you could probably get better articulation out of there. It'd be, like, honestly, kind of, what's the word? Like, very minute, like, improvements. But improvements nonetheless.
Like that shot, you can really see the hands getting close together, and that's probably helped.
Yeah, way across the chest. I mean, I could go grab my other Goku and show you I can't do this. Also, you get an effect piece with this one. Like I said, 3 hair sculpts. Like, it's just, like, this is a badass Goku figure.
All right, guys. So, Badfish and Steve, we play a game here on Small Talk called the Small Talk Scavenger Hunt. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a slide just like I've been, and it has a statement or a something for you to go find in your collection that you think might relate to what I'm looking for. And when you get it, just show it up on the screen, and we'll go through and see what everybody has. Our first one is show me a figure that you regret buying.
Oh, man. I don't have that.
I lose. I don't
I
have that
love
yet.
all my figures.
I got one. 30 seconds.
Let's see it.
Okay, hopefully it focuses here. Yeah, but here's the thing. This is a figure that Zach was so pissed off that he bought that he threw it out, and I kind of agree. This Golden Elite has terrible articulation, and I Only don't throw it in the garbage like him, because I have a whole shelf of this complete line. Articulation is terrible. But that blue one I showed a couple weeks ago, way better. But this guy sucks. Like, his legs fall off. His head's too tiny. He's terrible. That's all I got.
All right, looks like Bad Fish is ready.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I got some. Everyone, I mean, articulation as well. Like, this is the arm bend, basically. That's it. I mean, there's nothing. These are just annoying. There's
Look at those pants.
rubbery things. The movie, I bought it. I probably pre-ordered this. Who knows? It's shiny and cool, but yeah, overall, something I don't need in my collection. It's on
It's
the
not the
shelf
worst.
because it's there.
It's not the worst part of the movie, at least.
No, that scene is probably the best part of the movie. I haven't seen it since I saw it in theater, though. So.
All right. Our next one, show me a figure that grew on you. Ooh, I'm making you guys think today. Let's go 10 seconds. All right. What do you got, Chris?
All right. I got another weird 3 3/4. Hopefully it focuses. This is a Bomar Monk. This is like some deep cut Jabba's Palace stuff. And it came out in the fan club exclusive from like 97 or 98. And I wanted one for a diorama, and I was like, man, that's from the late 90s. That's got to be terrible. And it doesn't have a lot of articulation, but it actually like looks pretty damn good for what you're paying. And it has a brain in a jar, and it's a giant robot spider. Like, what more do you want out of life? It grew on me. I like it now.
Badfish, you got something?
I think so. I don't think I ever disliked this. I mean, how could you? It's just a cool trooper. But every time I looked at it on the shelf, it just kind of grows on me more. I do wish I got the Hot Toys at some point. Maybe I will. But it's a little annoying that the cape kind of comes loose. But I think he just looks cool on the shelf. Just a cool trooper.
That's a desirable
mask.
3 3/4 too. Yeah.
The mask comes off as well. I mean, that's kind of cool how it all.
Steve, did you get one?
So I don't have too many figures. I have like little statues. These are 1/6. So I've always loved this Daredevil. Always loved this Daredevil. I got it signed by Charlie Cox.
Nice.
But then I was like, this Kingpin, I've always like wasn't sure if I was ever gonna like in person. But now there's a story behind it because I got D'Onofrio to sign it. And I carried this all the way in the train station. I carried it all the way to the Comic-Con. I carried it to D'Onofrio's table. I made fun of D'Onofrio for signing like a little kid. I was like, what is this? And he says like, what? I said, it looks like a little kid signed it. He was like, you don't like it? I was like, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. So,
Get out of here, punk.
Yeah.
No wonder. No wonder. What's his face? Moff Gideon doesn't like you anymore.
I know. But yeah, this one's definitely growing on me. There's a big story behind it now. So.
Dean, do you have a figure that grew on you?
Yeah, actually, it's a recent one I picked up. It's the Ochako Uraraka figure from McFarlane.
Bless you.
The face is like pretty not great.
1,000-yard stare.
But the actual like base figure is so good. And there's like a really easy like head sculpt upgrade to do that I have yet to do. But like just like the base figure is so good. And also she's like stupid expensive, like randomly. She's just like one of the more expensive McFarlane figures. I've seen her go up to like $120 in box. I picked her up loose for 15, so I got like.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Show me a figure that's on your chopping block.
Oh, I don't. Dude, these are bad today.
All right, I got one. I got one again. Here's one I was trying to show last week. Will it focus this time? All right, so this guy's on the chopping block because he's worth about $500, and I have a carded one, so I'm probably gonna get rid of him. Yeah, but this is a Luke Jedi from 1983, and he came with a little blue saber early on because you may not know, but Luke's saber was gonna be blue for about 5 minutes in Return of the Jedi, and they actually showed up to set and gave him the saber that he lost on Bespin because everybody was paying that little attention, but somebody realized it like after they filmed a couple shots, and they gave him a new lightsaber. And they also made it green just because it stood out more against the blue Tatooine sky. But I'll probably sell this guy.
Dean, you got anything?
No, I don't sell figures.
Hey. Badfish, still looking? Steve, do you got something?
I got something.
All right, show me.
So I only this is only on the chopping block because there's a 2.0 of this one, but I've always loved this Ghost Rider. Like I've always loved it until I found out these are like 10-year-old statues, 10 plus years. And just to find out that there's like a version 2.0 of this one, I have to go get it now. It's expensive, but I gotta sell this one now after finding out there's like a 2.0.
Badfish, you find something?
Yeah, Force Awakens are kind of generally on the chopping block right now. I mean, I might keep some of them. There might be a few characters I'll pick and choose because I still like. There's parts of of some of the movies I like, the first and last one, but the middle one is.
You guys You guys ever look at that reissue of Old Man Han Solo with face printing? That's actually kind of cool. From Force Awakens.
Last one. Show me a figure that took you a long time to acquire.
Boom. Quick one. I waited probably 2 years to get this. Maybe. About. It sold out in the initial run and they reissued them, I believe. Or I might have bought him really cheap on eBay when eventually the hype died. But he was the only one I didn't have from the whole Rogue One. And then they released Bodhi Rook and I never bought him. But I need to get him too. But this one, 2 years or something I waited for him.
All right,
Chris.
This is like a vintage carded Boba Fett. I looked for one for a very long time. This one's actually a UK release on the Return of the Jedi card. I found on a local classified, but this is something I had my save searches on for like 3-4 years, and eventually one showed up locally for a decent price. So I'm pretty happy to have that. I mean, you got a retro collection version now, but that's just not the same.
That's awesome.
Steve, what do you got?
Moneyman does isn't wrong. It says vintage just showed a figure from the 80s. Steve is like 10 years old. This is called a Silver Surfer, and it's the Chrome edition. This took me forever to find, and like forever. And it's very expensive. I probably paid over too much, but I finally got him, and he's gonna stay with my collection forever. So it's badass.
Nice.
The base is cool too.
Yeah, it's the Comet, and it's small base, but it's really, really, really cool.
You got to watch the fingerprints.
I know, just for Shondo. I had to get him down.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Dean, what do you got for me?
Yeah, so I got the Kingdom Hearts Cloud. Now, this figure is the Bring Arts version, but when the game Kingdom Hearts came out, they made this in the Play Arts line, which is like 7-8 inch scale. And I wasn't collecting back then, so I didn't know it existed. And when I finally figured out it existed, it was like way too much. And then they announced this that was going to be coming out, and it was basically the exact same price as they were going for in the aftermarket, but updated articulation and sculpt. And it's a smaller scale. But yeah, so this one took me a long time to add to my collection.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for playing. I enjoy this game. It's fun to see what you guys pull up with.
I clearly had something for each one that time, so I won.
Can you do me a favor really quick?
Yeah.
Can you go back to that Goku with the where his arms are like across his body?
Like that?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, so this here I have two of the Gokus. This is the Awakening Goku, and then this is the Ultra Instinct that just have different hair on it. but that's as far as his arms will come across his body.
Wow.
Like not I mean, you could futz it and like have like that, but if you go to the picture, I mean, his whole arm is over his
It's
chest.
completely across. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
major improvement on the articulation, and then you could see his his leg sculpt is different on both his legs.
Now, do you think that the new one is going to be the same color orange? Because yours is a lot darker, it seems.
Yeah, some like even between these two.
Yeah,
Like
they're two different shades.
Yeah, every Goku is different. It's kind of annoying. Even like, because some of them it's like implied that he has an aura around him, so like he's shining a little bit more. Or like his power up is like a different color, so it makes his his outfit like a different shade of orange. So like if you have like 8 Gokus on the shelf, their outfits are all gonna look different. It's kind of annoying.
I like what Rob here has. Show me a figure that you had to hide from your wife / girlfriend.
I don't have
Anybody have one
one
of
so-
those? That you've had
mean-
to hide from someone.
The closest thing would be the one I just showed, but I did not hide it because you'd never look at this Boba Fett and have any idea how stupid the price is. You wouldn't even think about it.
Just anything coming in the door that's in a box, basically.
There you go.
I when this Black Ranger came in, I went to the door to go get it. She immediately came up to me. What's the package? And I was like, a Power Ranger. And she's like, okay.
She's like, how expensive could it be?
Yeah.
I had the in art Joker, the giant box, show up about a week and a half ago, and she's like, she saw it. They rang the doorbell, and I knew exactly what it was. I'm like, oh god. She had just like left the kitchen. Our door is right there, and then she sees. I open the door because I have to talk to the person. She's like, that's not for us. She sees this huge package, and she says that to me as I'm opening the door. And then the person says my name, and I'm like, yep, that's me. And then so I have to sign for it, and then I get a text. What in God's name is that?
It's
You
almost
should've
like this.
A
For
lot of
for us-
packaging there.
Yeah. For us, it's like almost a wave of sadness that comes over her when it's not her package.
You should have been
'Cause-
sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Badfish. You should have been like, here's $10. Go take it next door.
Go take it next door. And bring it right back.
yeah.
It's a great idea.
Oh, did I say Seamus? I meant.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna jump into a segment that we have not done for a little bit, but right after this, we're gonna have a bonus code for you guys for that Hot Toys Carnage. So please stay tuned and stay with us. All right, Chris. Vintage
Cool.
talk. What do we got here?
All right. Well, it's funny that Eddie was complaining about me showing something from the 80s. We're going to take it even farther back. We're going to take it back to 1978 when Star Wars figures first came out. And, there's a subcategory of collecting, especially when it comes to 3 3/4 and 1/12, that I don't know in this sort of group, I don't see a whole lot of it, but there's a lot of guys who collect in package who are also interested in store displays. And store displays are cool because there's not that many of them. They're usually thrown out. And when these days, especially at places like GameStop, they actually have policies that they have to destroy them because employees were throwing them up on eBay for like new games and stuff. And for whatever reason, they're very offended by that. So this one is what they call a shelf talker. And basically, if you can roll back to the previous photo for just a sec, you can see them sort of hanging off the shelves there underneath the figures. And this one is one I picked up at the Cincinnati Toy Show maybe like 3-4 years ago. You can go for it again. So this one I got graded. It was unused. It's an unused 1978 shelf talker. And it graded a 90 plus by CAS. So You get a high grade when it's unused. And they were just decadent back then. That top black part wasn't even meant to be seen. These days that would just be solid white. They wouldn't bother printing black on something. That's just sit on the shelf. So it looks pretty cool. I'm happy with it. It's the only store display from Kenner that I have from the 70s or 80s. And I'm really happy with the grade, obviously.
Chris, I'm glad we're friends now, and all I gotta say is we're rich. I'm kidding.
Well, no, I mean, it's when it hits a 90, it's not quite like comics, right? Like if you had like a key comic from 78 that you got a 90 on, yeah, it's a payday. This is probably like low four figures. It's not crazy like some comic stuff is.
Really cool.
Yeah, when figures get up to that price for me, it's really hard to hold on to it.
Yeah, considering it's a slice of cardboard. And it's actually blank on the back. Yeah.
So what would something like that be worth?
So I think I paid $600 for it loose
Jeez.
at Cincinnati Toy Show, and I've seen them go for a lower grade for about $2,500 for like
Dang.
85.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're rich.
Congrats.
That is awesome, though.
Steve's like, hey, that's a new statue for me, man.
But
I know. I was like,
no, hey, but I do want to stress that it's cool to collect modern store displays too. Like for example, I have a Black Series / Vintage Collection one from GameStop that I paid a mere $20 for, and I'll find a picture and put it in the group. But it's a real moment in history. It's the exact moment where the Slave One became Boba Fett's starship. Like the picture of the box says Slave One, but the GameStop listing underneath says Boba Fett's starship. Like it's a snapshot in our cultural change. It's I'll find a picture for that.
that's cool.
All right, guys. Before we move on to Marvel Legends, we're going to give you a bonus code. And sorry, Dean, I didn't think of anything else, so I'm just going to stick with the one I had, but I'll change it next time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Our bonus code coming up here. Our bonus code for today is going to be Small Talk 3000. Small Talk 3000. So if you've already followed most of the rules, make sure you get yourself a bonus entry. Remember, you have to join Collector Zone Cantina's Facebook group, subscribe to Collecting Weekly, join Collecting Weekly Auxiliary, the Facebook page, and if you want additional bonus points, go subscribe to 16Fix and the Ben Thomas Show on YouTube. And then one more time, I'll put the form here.
And it's just at the bottom of the form, right? I think usually there's a bonus code entry.
Yeah. Let me...
Cool.
Yep, that's right there at the bottom. So if you haven't looked already, it's going to ask for your first, last name, your email, that you understand the rules and how to claim the prize. You do have 7 days, so make sure that if you're the one who wins, that you get a hold of them immediately. And then, of course, checking off the boxes for all the YouTubes and Facebooks. So go get yourself a Carnage, guys.
This is a freaking great prize, by the way, guys. Get in on that. I mean, what an awesome villain to add to a Hot Toys collection.
All right, so moving on, we have the Marvel Legends series Gladiator Hulk Thor Ragnarok collectible 6-inch action figure, Amazon exclusive for $40, due out in October. I wasn't a big fan of the BAF when this came out, and there's not much more here for me. Like, you get the extra head sculpt, and I think you don't get one of the weapons. I think it's the axe, but I don't know. I'm kind of getting burnt out on this whole Infinity Saga like re-releases that they've been doing. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah, for the people that spent like untold amounts of money on getting theirs, because you had to buy the whole wave, and then if you didn't do that, you had to buy from somebody who did buy the whole wave, and they usually charge up the ass for their figure.
And I think this one hit pretty high too.
Yeah, because he's a huge figure. But for someone that always wanted it that didn't get it. I mean, 40
For 40
bucks.
bucks.
Credit where credit's due. That's pretty good because this is a big figure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a little annoying. It's an Amazon exclusive. They usually go pretty fast. So I think if you want this, you know, be ready to pounce on it.
Yeah.
Sorry, someone's gonna say something.
Well, I was gonna say it's $40 an Amazon exclusive. Like do you guys have a lot of flippers in your groups? Like people that just like
Yes.
reseller?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna buy 50 of these to catch up to
Yeah.
Vintage Rebellion.
It's gonna be like that
Trade up.
that Amazon exclusive Palpatine that came with the throne. Like nobody cared. It was like $40, and then all of a sudden it was 100. You know.
Wow.
Oh, the one that like opens up.
Yeah. Well, no, the Black Series one that comes with the throne. That's pretty hot too. Both those are. Yeah. People like their Palpatine thrones. Maybe that. You know what? Never mind. This guy already came out. He's not as cool as Palpatine with a throne. Maybe the resale won't be so good on him.
I will say, yeah, it is annoying for anyone who bought the build, the figure, or like bought the whole wave. But at the same time, I missed all that stuff when I did buy a few of the Marvel Legends. So I got like this guy. I missed like the Build-A-Figure Venom waves, but I got this with the deluxe ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I
That was
love
also
that they redo these. Yeah.
that was also two different Venoms, right? From what people were saying. Like that's Eddie Brock's Venom, and then the Build-A-Figure one was Matt Gargan, I think.
I think
some
yeah, there was a bit of
People were
difference, so.
speculating.
But yeah, I love that those are so hard to find, and it's kind of annoying, as we said, as a reissue, but if you didn't get it, it's really cool, I think.
And then we have the Marvel Legends, the Marvels wave, totally awesome Hulk Bath wave. Each of these figures are going to be $24.99 due out summer of 2023. And this is kind of what's annoying me with like the conversation we had with McFarlane is, you know, they're right in that $20 to $25 price range, which this is $25, but you get almost nothing. So this is going to include Photon, Miss Marvel, Marvel Boy, Marvel's Karnak, Commander Rogers, and Iron Man. And I skipped Captain Marvel, but I think this Captain Marvel looks really good. All she's really going to come with are her little power-up hands and a couple extra hands. With the bath piece, we have a Photon, and all she comes with is a pair of hands and the bath. Here's Miss Marvel. I do not like this head sculpt at all. But what's the name of the cat? What's it called? Does anybody remember?
Oh shit!
Pussy.
I didn't even know this was out.
And then here's Marvel.
That's pretty
Boy
funny.
with his two guns. Marvel's Karnak. Couple of hands. He's kind of cool. It's cool to see him come in. I'm wondering if they're gonna bring back any of the Inhuman stuff since they're kind of. I know he's not MCU version, but he looks cool. And then Commander Rogers with the clear shield, and then the Iron Man from Heroes Reborn. So this hasn't been out since Toy Biz, I think. This was the in Iron Man Volume 2. This is like one of the first suits that he has. When
I thought this was when the suit becomes sentient and tries to kill him.
Nerd dispute.
I know,
The
right?
Hero's Return is the.
Nerd.
Hold on, let me look it up.
These are like 60s comics, right? If it's like
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the thing is that, you know, Iron Man's run went to about 336, I think, and then he dropped his Volume 2, and I remember that suit being in there. So, but the Hero's Return was a whole wave.
Yeah, Hero's
But-
Return. Says that came out in 2019.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm wrong. My bad.
This sculpt's pretty
I think it's styled like that, but yeah, it's an old.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't buy in on this wave. Just there's so little They're so
Oh
low.
well,
I
that's
think,
the collection. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
old.
but the Hulk is going to be cool. I'm excited about the Hulk. Just getting a different Hulk.
Do we got a
But,
picture of that? What Hulk is it?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Did you read that Eddie comment?
As
That-
say Eddie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how is the cat not called Octopussy? That's a crime. That's too perfect.
Oh man. Yeah, that
Karnak.
this is what we were talking about before, like distribution. You'll be lucky. I'll be lucky to see one wave of this at a Walmart near me, or a GameStop. You'd be lucky to, and that's the same with Star Wars now. Lately you'll get, and that's been for years. You'll be lucky to get 1 or 2 waves, and then the box is picked clean the day it comes out. Or
Where are you at in Ontario, Badfish?
about an hour and a half from Toronto.
Okay, I don't know, man. The Toronto GameStops, man, I've been finding every Black Series I could possibly want. I don't know. A couple episodes ago we were showing pictures on here of just ridiculously stocked GameStops, but I guess if you get a little bit outside the core, maybe it's not quite as good.
Yeah, I feel like there's some they've kind of forgotten about, and they have those peg warmers, and they've just sat there. There are some stores that are better. GameStop is way better than Walmart. Walmart used to be, you could get waves, but now it's like 1 or 2. I feel like
Yeah.
you see the stragglers. You can see there's like 3 Landos left or whatever because they got 3 boxes and that's it, sort of thing. Meanwhile, McFarlane, there's like 50 of them. There's a wall of them, basically. Is
Yeah.
the point.
They just keep coming. Is Eddie talking about this Hulk? Like,
Yeah.
What?
So
Okay.
he's
Yeah, who
supposed-
is this Hulk? Because it's not
He's-
Bruce.
No, he looks like Bruce, so which is what he's kind of saying, I think, though, because I forget the full name of the character, but I think it's Cho. I think Cho's his last name, and he's Asian, and yeah, it just if you look at the comic, it's a lot more. Obviously, it's gonna be a lot more accurate. It's where he kind of came out at, but this does not look like the Totally Awesome. At least the head sculpt doesn't.
I like the skin texture. It's cool.
Yeah.
I like that his hair product survived the transformation.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things too. He's a pretty boy. Amadeus Cho, yeah, that's what it is.
So sorry, is this a new actor then taking on the role?
No, this is
comic.
going to be based off of the comic, the Totally
Oh,
Awesome
okay,
Hulk.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Kind of like the next run of the Young Avengers. Okay, and then also from Hasbro, they got another Haslab coming up. The GI Joe's classified series, GI Joe Assault Copter Dragonfly XH1. This is going to be $274.99 due out for summer next year, which I actually think is pretty quick for as Haslabs go. But the target is 10,000, and as of right now, it is well past it. It's 11,947 backers. So I do believe this unlocks. You know what? I don't think it unlocks the next one. Let me see really quick.
This is
No,
cheaper than the
13,000. So
This is cheaper than that Ghost Rider car was going to be, right? I think that was wasn't that like 300? It's cooler than
yeah,
that.
something like that.
Yeah.
How much is this?
$274.99. $274.
It's not McFarlane prices, but it's nice to see that they, it's not like a Haslab has to be like there's I'm sure this is lower than their last one. But it's not a lot of plastic, I guess. Like it takes a big footprint with the blades, but
Yeah, so there's 39 days, 1 hour and 3 minutes left on the time clock for this.
How many people are backing it?
The current number was 11,947. And I think
You're gonna
Dean,
see-
going towards what you typically say is this could have been mass produced if you're going to make that many units.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
not at
Is it already
270 though.
funded?
Yep.
Yeah, 10K.
Yeah.
Dean literally went through everything what Sean said.
I'm sorry, I was in the
I know.
middle
Yeah,
of
but-
something.
It
No,
was
but-
perfect.
But the thing is, the way Hasbro's pricing this stuff, I don't know if you can mass retail it, because like, look, like I don't want to always bring it back to Star Wars, guys, but like compare it to say the vintage collection skiff that Hasbro made. That's probably not much smaller than this, and that thing retailed for like $40, and it's got paint apps all over it. Like, you know, they're like, if they tried putting this in a GameStop at like 300, I don't think it would really move.
Don't put it in a GameStop. Make it a Pulse. There's no excuse to put it behind a stupid fucking paywall that gets paid immediately because people want this to.
I'm just saying it's too
massive.
expensive for what it is. Oh yeah, I guess
It's huge compared to the skiff. It's huge.
I mean,
But I
it
will
says
say-
2. It says 2.5 feet, so I guess it's like
Yeah.
2 skiffs. So it'd be like $80. You know, it's like, it just seems overpriced.
Is there
Still.
lights and sound and shit at least?
It does light up. There's a couple different
Yeah, there's lights.
light options. So let's see.
Okay.
Multiple lighting combinations, working rotor blades, GI Joe Classified Series line debut of William Bill Hardy, which is right here.
Wild Bill.
Wild Bill. 13,000 to unlock the first tier for Ripcord, which they are teasing there.
Look at all,
And
like
then-
those are the
cool
least crazy guns that the Classified has put out. So they're not rainbow colored or anything. That's wild. Yeah.
16,000 for the next tier, and then 19,000 for the third tier, or what they're calling recruits. So you're getting 2 other figures coming.
I
Two seats, right?
Yeah, 2-seater. Yeah, it's by the way, the Engine of Vengeance, the Ghost Rider one, was $350.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and this is $274. I think though this is awesome. I know it's annoying that it's the way they're funding it. In a way, as a collector though, if you just want to guarantee you're getting yourself something and not have to search for it per se, and they could still do that as a mass release. You could still pre-order. I agree with that. But at the same time, if this is how we get something that's this cool, I'm okay with it, because this is badass.
Yeah. I think you're going to see a lot of these at your local toy shows and on eBay, because I don't think 11,000 people genuinely want to display it in their collection. I think there's a lot of speculators in there. But it might be interesting. It might be like the Razor Crest, where it doesn't actually go too crazy on the secondary market, maybe like 25% markup.
Yeah, I would. I fucking hate Haslab so much. If there was like like what Mark said, a $50 deposit, because they've already again done the work, full renders. They had an actual working prototype. It didn't have any paint, but they had it already on the table. That means they've done the molds, they've put the thing together, they know how it's gonna work. Like, to be making people pay full price for this immediately, there's no point. It's like, you've already done the R&D on it. Why are you making us pay for it?
That
Now.
does piss me off.
It's so stupid. Like, that's the point of fundraising things. Is like, hey guys, like, we want to make this thing, but we don't know how we're going to do it, and we need your help to get it done. You've already gotten it done.
Oh man,
Stop.
I hope
you're saying
Dean's
like
on
a
the
lot
show.
of-
When
you're
I hope
saying like a
Dean's
lot
on the
of
show.
Kickstarters.
Go ahead. I'm just saying, I really hope Dean's on the show when they announce the Haslab
Oh, we'll
Ghost
follow
for
this for a little
$600. Yeah.
I was gonna say I thought this was supposed to be the Ghost, so I was a little confused when I
Hey,
first saw
Eddie Mendez, thank you for the $4.99.
Yeah, like, it's horse shit. It's like, it's right here in front of us. There it is. What is
Well-
it that you need us to pay you $275 up front to do? You've
might
already
be-
done it.
That might be 3D printed. They might not have molds, or
Then 3D print all of them. What the fuck? Like, come on. Oh, it's so annoying.
I guess my big thing with this one is that GI Joe just had a Haslab. You know, they have their hiss, right?
Yeah, that
Their
little
hiss
tank
tank.
thing that did
Yeah.
exceptionally well. It's like, bro, GI Joe collectors have been starved of everything for the past like 30 years, right? They had a good run in the 80s and then like pretty much nothing. So it's like, these collectors are wanting this stuff. You've already proven to yourselves that they will pay for your, first Haslab.
That's actually the third one that got funded because they did the 3 3/4 jet as well.
Okay, so 3.
Hey, Mark, thank you so much.
It's like, bro, you already have the infrastructure to not put this shit in stores. It's a Pulse exclusive. You could only get it from us. Why then am I paying you $300 up front? Like, it's so bizarre. Charge a little up front, sure. It's like, hey, you're not getting this fucking money back. This is a deposit. If you back out, that's on you. But to make me fund it all for the shit you've already done, it's just, I don't get it.
It is
You're
sort of
already
arbitrary.
charging $30 for fucking Legends figures and Black Series figures. Like, come on. You're making money.
Yeah, like they made that Jabba's Palace vintage collection a Pulse exclusive, and that was clearly way better than the Riva lightsaber.
Yeah, everything is better than the Reva's lightsaber.
I forgot that was a thing.
Even the
Jesus.
Rancor?
Yeah, the Rancor would have been better than Riva's lightsaber.
Dude,
of
the
course.
Rancor would have been fucking. I bet more people would have bought the Rancor if they just made it a Pulse exclusive instead of a fucking Haslab. It's like, you want me to pay how much up front for this? No. It's like, hey, we're gonna put it up, Pulse exclusive, $50 deposit. I bet more people would have bought it that way.
All right, and then moving on with Jetta Toys, we have the Cheetos Chester Cheetah action figure for $24.99 due September of this year. I thought this was too cool to pass up. I want this figure. I want this figure so bad.
Apparently, they're gonna be doing like
Wow.
Count Chocula,
Yeah.
and Captain
Captain Crunch.
Crunch, all kinds of mascots. I am too fat to be buying food mascots for my shelf. Like, I just don't need that drama. You know what I mean? But like, there are people that grew up with these characters that love them, and it's like, why not? I would like to see a Joe Camel. Can you imagine the shitstorm that would bring?
Oh man.
But yeah, I really want these to do well because I believe they're doing a Mega Man line.
What?
If I remember correctly, it's Jada Toys.
Yeah. Well,
That's why we buy them, Dean. That's what Eddie said.
man, if they do all those serial mascots, like I just like it because it opens up some hilarious like meme related like figure photography possibilities. Kind of like when I forget what company put out the 1/12 like Where's Waldo a couple years ago. Like it's like kind of like that where like they're just so iconic and you'd just love to see like two of them like fighting each other or something. It's good.
So with this, you're going to get an extra head sculpt. You're going to get an actual Cheeto. Please don't eat it. The
We need
Cheeto bag.
fists.
Yep. And a couple of hands.
Bro, it'd be
man, I
amazing
think-
to get actual Cheetos with this.
That would, or like a coupon, right?
Yeah,
yourself a bag. Look at this box.
Oh,
Oh,
come
day
on.
one.
That's
Day
pretty tight.
one.
That's pretty
Yeah.
I like it. His sneakers are cool.
Steve, do you think this is something that is it odd enough for you to pick up?
Oh, 1000%, man. I have a lot of oddities downstairs in my living room, like this type of stuff, and I'll take pictures of it. I have a Garfield. I have I have a bunch of weird stuff downstairs. But yeah, this is definitely tickling that fancy right now. The box just knocked it up another notch. So, what was the price on this, by the way?
$25.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I'll buy one for Dean. Because we just got I
There
was
you
gonna
go.
say we got like $20 from super chats for Dean going on a rant. I think we should keep going back to the other, go back to the helicopter and keep going on it. You know, it'll pay for itself basically.
you're gonna order the ghost, right, Dean?
Bro,
That is the ghost. It was code word. It's G.I. Joe.
I would be very tempted to buy the ghost, and it would piss me off. But like, just on principle, I don't think I would. Fuck them.
Whoa.
What if I
As
buy
much as
one?
I would like that,
What if
I
I,
can't bring myself
pre-order
to
it and you give me the money?
They're gonna ship it to you. Fuck no.
I'll get 2.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'll do one for you, one for me. Yeah, this is awesome. The only thing that this needs is the sweet chili heat flavor as the bag. That's about it. Crunchy Cheeto,
Dude,
but yeah.
Dude, spicy
Hey,
Cheetos. bro.
variants.
Aren't they
This is
coming
where
out with a spicy Cheeto movie?
Are they really?
What?
Yeah. Is it Cheetos? Hold on. Spicy
I'm sorry, who makes this again? Jada, you said?
Yeah.
Cheetos.
All right, I'm going to order one right
Yeah.
now with...
The movie's called Flamin' Hot. It's about the guy who
Steve,
came up with.
where are you looking? Because Eddie asked a question if this is going to be at retail stores. As far as I know right now, I got mine. I got the listing off of BBTS, Eddie. So, not 100% sure if it's going to be everywhere.
I was going to look at CW, but I don't see their page yet. So
Doesn't Jada do those? Doesn't Jada do those like die-cast DC vehicles and stuff?
Yeah. I have the
So-
Jada Toys Robotech cars.
Okay, so you might see this at like Walmart or something if that's the same company.
They have it on
Yeah, Target.
Entertainment Earth for $25, coming out September 2023.
Everyday Collector says he wants a Tony the Tiger. Tony the Tiger.
There we go.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, the possibilities are endless with mascots. They're everywhere.
man.
Fucking
It'd be so
Snap,
cool.
Crackle, and Pop, a 3-pack? Are you kidding me?
Dang, that would
Well,
be awesome.
I don't know who the parent company is for Cheetos, but if they got in bed with like General Mills, there's probably like 20 of them right there.
Yeah.
Is it? That's a good question. I don't know who. I don't know who they're.
Dude, a fucking.
PepsiCo or something.
Dude, and then you could get into. Yeah, because Pepsi owns like. What is that? No, it's not Jack in the Box, but they own like KFC. You could do a Colonel Sanders.
Oh man, I can finally get Jedi Colonel Sanders from the
There you
1997
go.
special edition
Can you
commercials.
imagine?
Pillsbury
Having, like,
Doughboy.
a Jack in the Box, a Wendy, a fucking Ronald McDonald. Like, food mascots are an untapped market, and Chester Cheeto leading the way. Honestly, it's pretty cool. You love to see it.
Have you tried the mac and cheese?
At what, KFC?
No, the Cheetos mac and cheese. Oh, you could buy it at Walmart.
Oh, no.
It's freaking good. I was shocked.
Sounds like there should be some sort of like governing body that prevents stuff like that from existing.
What I
that's
saw, I
cool.
was like, how is this allowed? But yeah, I had to try it when it was on, and they're really good.
But, dude, yeah, like I said, the Flamin' Hot movie comes out this year. This might be a hard figure to get. People are going to be off the hype of that movie, and then they see this figure like, oh, shit, Cheetos.
Right,
It's the
that's
year of the
good.
Cheeto, guys.
I'm building a Cheeto shelf.
Year of the
Dude,
Cheeto.
that's what should have been our
code.
Yeah, Cheeto.
Okay, Cheeto.
No, you can't change it. Too many people.
No.
I'm looking at the box right now. Doesn't that Cheeto just scream out like "Eat me"? Like,
It
I'm looking at
does,
that thing.
dude.
Yeah. It's like, this is the
Some
last
child
one.
is absolutely gonna eat that. That's what I
This
was
child.
mention
This
earlier.
Dude, you can do the Jolly Green Giant.
If I had this,
Pillsbury Doughboy.
In the can.
if I had this, I'd have to keep it away from the kids because they love Cheetos.
That
So-
plastic
Dude.
Cheeto is going to kill a child, and it's going to turn into a big scandal.
The Taco Bell dog? Are you kidding me? Yo, ghetto that figure, fool.
This is gonna be the new Rocket Pack Boba Fett with that Cheeto.
Bro.
Yeah, like, legislation will be made.
Yeah.
Gordon's Fisherman.
I was looking
Quickie
up.
The
Charms.
Nestle Bunny. Vlasic, the fucking the Pickle Bird.
What about the
Uncle
highliner fish
Ben.
guy?
Come on, guys.
What about the
Aunt
highliner
Jemima.
fish guy?
What?
Oh, you can't do Aunt Jemima. Can't do that.
What is racism? What did I say?
So I was looking up a video.
Oh, come on, Eddie. Hey. Hey. Oh
All right, guys. We are gonna plug this one more time for you, just in case you missed it. I'll type it back into the chat. Small Talk 3000 is your code. Small Talk 3000.
Correction.
Bro,
Chester
Chuck E.
Cheeto.
Cheese?
So again, if you want to enter the giveaway, make sure you follow all the rules for one entry. Go to Collector Zone Cantina Facebook page, subscribe to Collecting Weekly and the YouTube channel, join Collecting Weekly Auxiliary, the Facebook page, and if you want those extra bonus points, go to 16fix and the Ben Thomas YouTube pages and subscribe to their content. All of that will get you entered to win this carnage. Dean, what was the whole process for this? Like, how'd y'all come up with the idea, and how did it all work out?
You'll have to talk to Zach. I have no idea.
All right, well, all right, guys, show's over. Thanks. Hey, Mark, thank you again. Another one.
What an awesome guy. Mark, it's cool. He was supposed to be here, but he's in the chat, which is nice.
All right, guys. We want to thank all of our Patreonies, the men and women who keep this channel going. We really appreciate all your support throughout the years and helping us push all the way to 3,000 subscribers. So thank you. We want to start off with Ian Seeby, Renee Mendez, Eric Myerskull, Quinn Aguirre, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Chris Letty, David Jones, Sam Giss, Daminator, Joao Bretta, Thomas Clark, Eric Switzer, Six Gun Figs, Bad Fish. Thanks for coming on, Bad Fish. We'll have to have you a lot more. Toy Cartel, Dan Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Krent, Big Fern, Caesar Motto Keen, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bomonsky, Rick DiGregorio, Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, Illustrious Rayner, Alad Morgan, Takathri, Wah, Derek B, Aries Portillo, Mark Randolph, Alvin J, Jazz Carroll, Joe Ridley, Pablo Meza, D-Rock, Matt Clevenger, Seth Tucker, CC3PO, Scott Smith, Don Maton, Jimmy James, Stephen Percha, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Steve and Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Luis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi the Judgmental, and Brenton Palmer. Guys, thank you guys so much. And there is your May and June benefits, the question of the week, and the Spooderverse stickers. And if you want to become part of the Empire, you could start with the hot seat at $5. You get Ox After Dark, the Patreon chat, and weekly shoutouts. Just a little more over that, $7.50. You will get the stickers sent straight to your door, exclusive swag from the Collecting Weekly Network, Ox After Dark replays. Certified Crispy is $15. This will get you a Certified Crispy certificate on first pledge, assistance with figure fixes by Zach. Please message him beforehand, and all the benefits of the previous tiers. International postage will be charged at cost for the certificate. And then the stickers every other month. And then our biggest tier, the $25 What a Guy. If you want to be a What a Guy, you'll get your exclusive Pog Deluxe set on first pledge, double of all the stickers, and benefits of the previous tiers. International postage above $5 will be charged at cost for the stickers. For the Pogs. And then the stickers every other month. And then we do want to shout out our YouTube channel members, starting with Absolute Irwin, Alvin J, Andreas IB, Andrew Gibo, Benjamin Hansen, Big Ol' Fern, Bleeder Dad Life, Bob Dylan, CC3PO, Chris V. Cram, CT603, DJ, Daminator, Dante's Boneyard, Eclectic Collector, Equan, Fat Batman, Gar Bear, Gotham Cenobites. Is that what that is? Jake, Just Another Friday Night, Justin Sports Cards, KJ Smith, LV Avenger 702, Mark Pearson, Money Mendez, Mr. Mom Collectibles, Knight, OG Fan, OMFG Rick, 16 Figure Focus, Paul Schreiber, Philip the Full, S Beam, Sam Giss, Slifer, SpongeBob SquareBalls, Sunnyvale Russ, the Ben Thomas Show. Again, go check out his content to get that extra. Subscribe to him so you get that extra bonus point. And then Toy Cartel and Zeke. Guys, thank you so much. And if you want to be a Patreon, it'll start at 99 cents. You get the loyalty badges, and the emojis, and then the peanut gallery for $2.99. And then we have all of our shows, Collecting Weekly Unboxing After Dark, Collecting Weekly Live, the main show on Tuesday, Ox PD, Live and Let Dice, OFAC, Reissue, Questions of the Week, Bricks and Brews, and Small Talk, which I believe Bricks and Brews is taking a hiatus. Steen, is that right?
I know Sean said he wanted to put something down in the books, but it might be a while.
And then, if you don't know already, John with his Collectors Club did go over to the Everyday Collectors YouTube. So make sure you go check him out. And then that is all we got, guys. I appreciate all of you guys joining us, and hope you guys had some fun. This was good. I like some of the stuff that's coming out. I'm actually really excited for some of that, especially that Cheetos, man. That is a must buy.
I'm looking at the PO right now.
Yeah, they already have Count Chocula and Barry Frankenberry.
No way. All right, I gotta do this. Where are you looking at?
BBTS, if you just go to Jada Toys page, they have those 3 up right now.
Thanks for the support, Eddie. I think they just add those YouTube members in there to mess me up, so it's okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's Blurred Dad. I know.
Blurred Dad? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotham Cenobites.
Yeah, Cinnabon.
Gotham Cenobites. Well, guys, do y'all have any shout-outs before we take off today?
Not much from me today. I just want to give a big thank you to Badfish and Casual for joining. That was a great time. And, if anything, we need to sort of figure out all the stuff that really pisses off Dean so we can prime it in a show sheet for next time.
Chris, I was gonna say that, so you saved me.
So I was talking with Dean just the other day. I go, I have this idea called Let Dean Rant, where we would let him go off for 30 seconds, say whatever he needs to say, and then mute him.
Not that many things piss me off, but
But Haslabs do, and that's the reason why I asked.
Attacks on amendments, all kinds of stuff.
Badfish, any shout-outs?
Just check out all the cool stuff. We got a new show Friday, I think, tomorrow on the network, right?
Just Another Friday Night. They'll be doing their guest stream.
Yeah.
I'm
They
excited
talk
to see
pop
that.
culture, kind of just it's real chill. It's a real chill show. Nothing really in particular, but they chill out and hang out and talk, and they're good guys. So.
And I think I watched the interview of you guys, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Dean, did
Yeah.
you want to add anything? Besides
Shout
what you
out
just did?
shout out to Casual Nerd for joining and Badfish. We have a D&D stream on Saturday.
That was my other shout out, yeah.
Badfish is doing pretty good, so he's new. It's season 2, episode 3 or episode 2. I think episode 2 is what we're doing tomorrow or Saturday. So tune into that. We have a lot of fun on D&D. But yeah, love you guys.
And give John some love over on the Everyday Collector. Don't forget.
Yeah, John, he's taking flight on his own, and we're excited to see what he does over there. And you love statues. Make sure you tune into him. So
His show's great, yeah. All the games and stuff's fun.
Steve, what you got for me? Any shout outs?
Oh no, man! I just gotta say thank you for letting me join in tonight. I know it was like a random thing, but I definitely appreciate it. It was great seeing Dean the Dream from OxPD and the infamous Badfish from OxPD
Met a
as well.
celebrity today, man.
I know. So
Not
I
just
was like,
met him, you streamed with him.
I was sweating the whole show. So, yeah. But I'm getting into this. I got a freaking gamer headset. I haven't played video games in forever, but we're gonna be playing Diablo 4 for the next 3-5 years. So you guys ever want to join in? We got a Discord open now, so we are going to. This is my first time playing since Diablo 2 days, so this is gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, thanks for the invite again.
All right, guys. Thanks again for all of you for showing up. And Marky Mark, we got to get you on sometime, man. You got to catch up on this stream. And with all that said, guys, we will see you on the next show.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
What?